Okie dokie. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to morning devotion for Tuesday, the 2nd of June. And we are live on Facebook and YouTube via our website. And are going to continue to do these each weekday morning, unless there's a public holiday. I think we don't have any more of them lined up for a little while now. And if you were to jump on at 8:30 each morning, or any morning, hopefully it will be on our Facebook page and on our website each of those times. Oop, let's not play myself into the microphone. I mentioned on the text message yesterday that what we are going to do for these weekday devotions, other than Wednesday where we have praise and worship, is to have various people from the Billabong to come in and mostly they'll call in on Zoom and to share something from their own personal time with God that morning, or something that recently has stood out to them in Scripture, or something that's just an encouragement to others, that's been an encouragement to them. And so we've got some people who are lined up for that this Thursday, Friday, and then sort of Monday through Friday. Except for Wednesday where we do praise and worship. Hi Sarah, good to see you watching. Now today it's me, because we don't have anyone today, but the next person who's lined up for Thursday, I think Mahun, could change, but Mahun is on this Thursday. But I just wanted to share this morning something from the other night. So Karen and I sat down Sunday night after what was I think a really fantastic event, the Pray Together WA. Got home and put the kids to bed, and we sort of sat down like, let's play a board game or watch a TV show or something. But I flicked open on my iPad Life Church's Church Online. For those of you who are not familiar with Life Church, they're actually the church that created the Church Online platform that we use, because they started doing it many years ago. Having their services available for online audience. And so we sort of sat down and just by chance really, but it was definitely a much more productive time and a helpful time than just watching a TV show or playing a board game. Watched the service from, would have been Saturday night their time, live from Oklahoma City, I think it is. And I've listened to Craig Groeschel, the pastor of that church, for many years, and always really encouraging and really helpful. And the sort of main thought for this particular message, beginning of a sermon series, was just around our words, and reminded me of Proverbs 18. I can't remember if he used this verse or not, but the tongue has the power of life and death, is what Proverbs 18:21 says. And the whole message was just about encouragement. And a couple of things that stood out were things like we're predispositioned to receive criticism really, really easy and quickly. Like if we receive a word of criticism, it just sort of sinks in immediately. Whereas encouragement, I think he said psychologists found it takes a good 15 seconds of actually dwelling on it for it really to even begin to sink into our spirit or into our mind. And so we need so much more encouragement than we need criticism. Constructive criticism, of course, is good and helpful and necessary. But we as human beings need to be encouraged. We need to be affirmed. We need to know that the things we do and the people we are is being a blessing to someone else. And the golden rule, therefore, is if you think something good about someone, or if you think something good and encouraging, say it. And whereas so often we don't, we might think it, and it maybe it's uncomfortable to say it because it feels awkward, or we assume that they know this already. But so often that's not the case, and so we need to live by this rule where if we think something good and we think of something, we just need to say it. And some of us are kind of naturally do that, and some of us don't. Some of us make excuses saying, well, if you know who I was married to, or if you know what my kids acted like, or if you know how my boss treated me and my other colleagues, well, then you wouldn't be so easy to bring encouragement. Sometimes that's true. But the reality is that we all need encouragement. And so often when we're encouraged, even over a little thing that we do right, that leads to that leads to becoming better and better in that thing, and then the likelihood is that we'll become people who others want to encourage and find it easier to encourage, as opposed to people who people are scrambling for things to encourage. One thing that stood out for me from this particular sermon was that Pastor Craig tries to have a rule for himself in his mind that for every one word of criticism towards someone else, he tries to have 100 words of encouragement, which sounds extreme, but you pointed out that Paul says, "Let no unwholesome talk come out of your mouth." So that's a ratio of 1 to none, 100 to none, not a ratio of 100 to 1. So that's challenged me, and I was kind of thinking yesterday, with even just interactions with family members, Karen and the boys. Like, wow, if I was to have 100 words of encouragement to one word of constructive criticism, how would that shift, what I say and what I don't say? So that's the thought for today. If you think of something good about someone, say it, and encourage them. The words, our words, the tongue holds in its power life or death. So let's speak life into people. That's it for today. I'm going to try and not delay when we start devotions and not waffle on for too long, but kind of start at 8:30 in 5 minutes and then finish. So look, thanks Sarah and Jackie and Mum and for calling in this morning. There's a few other viewers there. I wish I had a way of telling who was on the YouTube side of things as well. Maybe we can work on that, but it's all good. Bless you. Have a good day, and 8:30 tomorrow morning, praise and worship. Join us for 8:30 to 9. Love to see you then. Catch ya.